Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going wonderful. I'm up today. I'm ready to prep and prepare and make some of our treats for our Thanksgiving celebration. I know you guys have already had Thanksgiving. The way I film is a week and then I've posted a week later because it works for me. It makes it less stressful for me. We have really bad internet. We have the little hot spot that a lot of people have out in the rural areas, and it may work sometimes really good, but it's not working really good right now. So I just keep getting the notifications. Netgear has no options. And I'm like, I know it has no internet connection. So you just smile and you do what you can do. But instead of stressing and trying to get a video up like the next day, that's how it was when I first started, I decided I'll just film and post it a week later. So that's why you're getting our Thanksgiving this week. So today is going to be my Thanksgiving food prep. Most of my food prep. Now, why are you doing it 2 days before Thanksgiving, Amy? Because I have things to do tomorrow. I like to stretch out. Some people like to stress and do it all in one day. I do not. I like to, if I have a big project or something to do, I like to stretch it out so that it's not overwhelming, it's not crazy. I've done it before where I did it all in one day, and it's just exhausting. And then Thanksgiving comes and goes, and you spend your entire day. I still remember back in the day, like when I was a new bride and making food for all the kids and everything. I remember like slaving in the kitchen, getting up before the crack of dawn, cooking the turkey early, getting everything made while everybody's relaxing, everybody's sleeping, mom's cooking in the kitchen because they're all little. And then literally all this work, sit down, you're exhausted, by the way, and you've been kind of tasting things here and there, so you're not really starving. And like within 20 minutes, boom, the kids are done eating. And you're like, okay, I just spent like 9 hours in the kitchen, and 20 minutes later, everybody's done. So then I got smarter and I started doing paper products for the holidays because I thought, well, at least there's not a lot of dishwashing afterwards. So that's always my key for Thanksgiving. I always say or any holiday, use paper plates and those disposable pans. That made it easier to not have to do a lot of washing of dishes afterwards because you've cooked all day. Not that everybody does help, but in reality, when you got little kids, your husband's taking care of little kids and you're in the kitchen doing things, or maybe vice versa, I don't know. But you spend all that time cooking, then they eat for 20 minutes to a half hour, and then boom, they're done. And you got to clean everything up. So kind of cannot be a fun time for those that have to prepare Thanksgiving dinner. So for myself, I like to do and prep the week before, getting little things done so that it's not crazy and it is not relaxing. And I like making food. I do enjoy making food. My kids are all older now. I could make it all tomorrow morning, but I don't need to. And I don't have to. So got to do a little bit today. Tomorrow I have things going on, so I'm not going to be able to do any food prep. And then Thursday I will get up in the morning and start. I don't have to do like super early. It'll be an easier day making food. So today we're going to be making most of our like desserts, the things that need to be cooked before. And like we have to make macaroni salad, Grandma Sandy's ultimate macaroni salad. I have to make that early because the more that sits, that's better to meld together flavors. A jello salad that we don't usually make any other time of year. My kids don't really like jello. Do they like jello? I can't say they don't, but like we don't have it ever except on holidays. And so I always forget it. And then the first thing they ask for is, did you have, like this year I was trying to remember all the sides. As you get older, you don't like forget, like what do you make for your sides? What do you even have? So thankfully I have YouTube and I have a blog so I can go back and look and see the things I make. So things like jello salad, totally forgot. So this is something we've made for a long time. Got it it's a Mennonite recipe. Delicious. So we're gonna make that today. And then, what else did Brooklyn remind? Brooklyn reminded me macaroni and cheese. I forgot that one. That was the other thing I didn't remember. But we're gonna make pies today. Where's my list? We're gonna make some pies. I'm gonna do those cherry pie bites for Greg. Pumpkin pie, because it's pumpkin pie. And then I'm gonna do chocolate pie. And then I'm gonna do little individual, basically pies, but it's basically just pudding because I'm not gonna put the pie stuff. I'm gonna use my wee yogurt containers to do like chocolate pudding with some probably crushed graham crackers and then tapioca pudding. Like my mom brought me down tapioca pudding and I make that once in a great while. I'm gonna make that because that sounds really good. And then hard boil our eggs and then make dinner for tonight. We're gonna have nachos tonight. Always have an easier dinner before your big thing that's not gonna produce a lot of leftovers. So for us, it'll be nachos. That'll be easy because tomorrow we can have tacos or nachos or leftovers or whatever, and then we'll be able to not have a ton for the next day when we have turkey and ham for Thanksgiving. So it's gonna be a great day today. So first off, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go pick up groceries this morning. I've got my grocery pickup at 7 o'clock this morning. In a few minutes, I get to go pick it up. I ordered it because there was a few things I didn't get that was going to perish, like cucumbers and tomatoes, things like that. And then that, always leads to a rabbit hole of everything else that you forgot So meanwhile, I think it's $100 later, Walmart pickup. So we're gonna go pick that up right now. I'm not gonna bring you along because it's freezing chilly. I'm just gonna go get it, bring it back, and show you everything we got. And then we will get on to our food making day. So, and then I'm gonna make some non-meat based meals because Brooklyn is choosing not to eat meat, which is fine. I have my teenagers, like, I remember a time when I was a young adult, I didn't eat meat either. I think it was when I was a young wife and it grossed me out doing the turkey and the chicken and I just couldn't handle it, so I stopped eating it. I eat it now, but didn't when I was younger. I remember Ashley going through the same thing, and then I don't think Lauren did. Lauren, did you ever be vegan or vegetarian for a while? I don't remember. I apologize, I'm sorry. I think just a little bit, but not much. She might have just done chicken. So Brooklyn is at that, and maybe she'll keep it, I don't know. But for myself, I've always like, okay, well then make sure you get some beans. Make sure you get some, you know, protein, some eggs in there somehow. And I just don't have a variety of foods that I know because I'm not familiar with that whole vegetarian. Is it vegetarian or vegan? I apologize, someone's gonna correct me. Like non-meat lifestyle. So what I like to do is we get HelloFresh. Boom. So thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video of food. So what they do is we get the non-meat box and then we can make different dishes. So people always ask, how do you feed all the different things in your family? Because Jaden doesn't do dairy, Madeline doesn't do a lot of dairy, and then Brooklyn doesn't eat meat. So how do you make food for everybody? Let me tell you, sometimes it can get complicated. Sometimes I'm like, okay, make sure, I always usually make sure there's something else in the refrigerator for someone like that can't do dairy. Brooklyn, I try to make, since she's doing the more vegetarian, or I'm gonna say vegetarian, non-meat dishes, sorry, I'm gonna say the wrong word here, non-meat dishes, I try to have some stuff made up for her. Sometimes she just kind of makes her own little thing. She'll open a can of garbanzo beans and like she does this little Asian sauce with them and eats them, and good, she gets creative with things, but we just don't know that much about things. So I get these meals for her and for me too, because I like them and Jaden likes them too. And then she can kind of explore, stretch out. There's plenty for, you know, like one little meal of this will make a whole lot for her to have to be able to stretch out for a few days worth of meals. So we like to do that. Or like last week I made lentils and rice. We stretched that out and put those in little glass containers. She had that for a few days. And so just being able to stretch out and give things, but this gives a variety for her. So today we're gonna be doing some zucchini, mozzarella, and sun-dried tomato panini. She thought that looked really good. And then we've got sweet corn and green pepper chowder. So soup and sandwiches will be good. And then we have made this other one before, the lemony spaghetti with Brussels sprouts. This is really good. This is one to make and then eat it right then. So I told her, I said, well, we won't make this today because she'll have these and this will last her for a few days, and then we'll make this later on in the weekend. So that's how it kind of works for her for dinners and things. She'll have a few sides from Thanksgiving, but she doesn't like the meat ones. So since it's just more of a ham and turkey, she will have the sides, but she'll have a little bit of variety of things to eat with this. So, all right, so thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. The holidays can be hectic, but HelloFresh helps keep things simple with recipes and ingredients that cut out grocery shopping and limit meal prep time so you can spend more of the festive season with friends and family. And we are finding that these meals are delicious because they offer so many different recipes to choose from each week to help us get out of that recipe rut from versus just open a can of beans with your food. So it helps us in that way. HelloFresh also offers a wide variety of quick and easy recipes, including 20-minute meals, easy cleanup, and low prep options. And everything's pre-proportioned out with less ingredients, which means there's less prep for you and less wasted food, which helps out really good, especially when we're doing these non-meat recipes. So if you guys want any HelloFresh, a lot of you do. I think I shared this last month and said how great it was to get after our vacation, because when you come home from vacation, it was a lot of extra work to have to make and go before you go grocery shopping, and to have that box delivered was great. So again, here is a present to yourself for the holiday season. Get yourself some HelloFresh so you won't have to do any food. Like, would you not? Like, especially like us moms, sometimes we don't really need anything. Do you ever get, like my kids, like, what do you want for Christmas, Mom? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, how much stuff, as you get older, you find you don't really need that much stuff. There's a few things, but hey, say, you know what? I want HelloFresh. And they'll go, what? Yes, because it'll help you not have to go to the store to buy those groceries. It comes to your door. You can just prep the food. Actually, everybody else can prep the food for you, and you can enjoy a nice little holiday. So if you guys want to get it, go to HelloFresh.com and use the code AmyMaryon14 to get 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. So remember, HelloFresh.com, the code AmyMaryon14 for 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. All right, so we're gonna go right now. I'm gonna go pick up groceries. I will be back. When I get back, we will start making. I'll show you the grocery haul, and then I'll start making all the delicious food that we're gonna have today. So let me go get our groceries. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. 1 second for you. Okay, Okay, got home from my grocery pickup this morning super early. This is what we ended up with, a real simple, small amount. I've got some eggs right here, just a big box of eggs. These were $8, a lot for our eggs. These are for cucumber, and tomatoes are for macaroni salad. I got this for nachos tonight. I ended up getting some of this because I need it for stuffing. And then also I thought we could do peanut butter and cranberries. I just saw somebody make that and I was like, I forgot how good that is. So I wasn't sure if this was cheaper this way or this way. I think this was more expensive, but I wasn't in the store to compare, so I just bought two. I just forgot what the prices were. 2 milk, I ended up ordering the Walmart brand of this, and they gave me the Reynolds brand for substitution. Hangers, we're out of hangers, so we need some more. Cheese, last time when I ordered my cheese, it was only the small bags, so I definitely needed a bigger one. And this, I put these in my refrigerator on the top shelf, and they froze solid, so I had to throw them away. So I needed new sour cream. This because we're making cookies for our community for Christmas tree lighting ceremony. So I just got a bunch of those because those are good to make with cookies. Got this because we'd be out of it. And then I originally got these for the kids because I like these because they're, you know, less sugar than a can of, say, Coke. So I started ordering these. We like the strawberries and cream. These are like 50 cents. Fuji apple and pineapple. I got those, and then I ended up buying these because I know for the holidays Greg likes to have regular soda. So I got those two for us to drink, and then I picked these up at our local grocery store. I just dropped this one outside, so it's open. I gotta put it in my refrigerator. I like to have those around for sickness. One of my viewers bought us cans of it, and it was so nice to have in the pantry just for emergencies, but I can't get cans where I'm at, but I'll probably just have to do some searching somewhere. So I got that. This, we're gonna be doing some cookie decorating next week for our community. Kids reminded me, Autumn's like, Mom, we need marshmallows. So I got a couple packs of marshmallows. They substituted the smaller packs. They can do their hot cocoa. This I got because I don't have any for the peanut butter celery. I ordered the big giant one of this, and then he substituted the smaller one for it right here. Got this. It was out of deodorant for Greg, and then bread. Oh, they gave me white bread. Oh, that's, I didn't even notice that. Okay, well, they gave me that. I ordered the wheat one, the sandwich, and they substituted these two. That's okay. Kids will eat it. They'll be like, yes, white flour. And then I got more water. 2 more water. I had 3 last grocery pickups, and I've got 2 more. That'll be plenty to hold us for emergencies for the winter time. So I'm just gonna put those in the closet, and this will be for the holidays. So super simple. That was $100 right there. Isn't that crazy how much groceries can be? They can. So now we're gonna get on to all of our food making. I'm gonna start making sweet corn and green pepper chowder. See how Brooklyn likes this for lunch. Okay, so this is really easy to chop up. I just use this little gadget here with the top thing. That chops it really tiny. You can just dice it yourself either way. But we're just gonna go over here. I'm making just 1 batch of this. Will make 4 servings. And then what I'll do is I have 1 more bag, and I'll help Brooklyn make that this week. So this way I kind of prepare it, see how it tastes, share with you guys, and then she's able to do it later as a meal, like on her own house, so she can learn to cook these non-meat meals. So let me go over here, melt butter, and then we're gonna fry it and make soup. It looks easy. It's an easy dish. Soup is always easy. Okay, this looks super simple. Basically, you're making a chowder. You can do this easily. You can take your butter and melt it. That's one thing I've learned about the HelloFresh is to season each layer. Something I didn't grow up doing, didn't know much of. I kind of avoided salt and pepper my whole life. People are like, don't you season your meat? And I'm like, I don't. Well, I'm learning the benefit of seasoning it layer by layer, how it does help with the flavors. I know after I make these, because like they taste so good, every single thing. I usually use to casserole, so easy. So this you're gonna saute, make like the, what is it called, roux, where you add the flour, and then you're gonna like cook that, add your milk, your bouillon, and then I'm gonna add potatoes, let it boil for a little bit, and then make a little crusty bread. It looks really easy. They say to do it in the oven. I'm gonna do it in my air fryer because it's, instead of heating up the oven for 2 small things, I've got an air fryer right here. We'll do it, and it has Old Bay seasoning. I wonder what Old Bay seasoning is. Maybe some of you know. I'll let you know the flavor. So we're just gonna cook this. All right, I love when you spill milk. You ever have kids spill milk and then leave it and you don't know about it and you find it in your laundry, like, what is that smell? Yes, I've discovered that milk will actually like ferment wherever it's at. Like I've had kids throw things in the dirty laundry and you're like, what is that smell? And it literally feels hot. Yeah, that can't be good. That would be fermenting yogurt or fermenting milk. So I always tell the kids, I don't care if you spill milk, just let me know that you did so that I can clean it up properly before it makes a disgusting smelling mess. Like that washcloth, like right now, I'm just splashing, making a mess. It'll just smell if it doesn't get cleaned really good. Oh, this is like floppy. Okay, so I've never made such a mess. Let me clean my mess. Okay, let's do a little bit better. This is, it was like kind of real floppy. I never made the thickener before and then add the potatoes and let it boil. I've always just boiled the potatoes and made something separate and thickened it later. So this is a little bit interesting way to make it. All right, they say the Old Bay seasoning. Let me get that. What is Old Bay? It's got celery salt, spices including red pepper, black pepper, and paprika. Sounds good. Oh yeah, that smells good. Oh, it smells like my dad used to use a seasoning in our steaks, like a Lawry's seasoning. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, we're gonna put that in there. All right, we're just gonna let this boil and cook, do its thing. I'm gonna make the little breads up real quick and I'll put those in the air fryer. Soup will be done. This boils. When it's done, then you kind of smash it a little bit, make it, you know, like as thick as you want as potato soup, and add your chowder to it. Cheese, cream cheese, and sour cream, is that right? Cream cheese, and that, yes. Where's the sour cream go? Sour cream goes on the top of it, yes. That is really good to have soup and sour cream on top. So let this boil. I'm gonna get my little bag out and make that. Okay, this was really easy to put together. Look at my spoon. I love how my kids like break ours. I literally picked up a fork yesterday and it was bent like this and I'm like, nice. This looks really good. I know it tastes delicious. Yummy. I haven't made potato soup in a long time. This is like the potato chowder. This crispy bread, yeah. So for certain things, like I would never think to put like it reminds me of the Lawry's seasoning, like mixing with butter on your bread. But that makes it taste so good. Like look at that, dip that in your soup. Winner on this recipe. Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish eating this up, pick up my mess and make the next one. Delicious. That is so good. I'm keeping that recipe to make that because it's so good. Next time I do is these little sandwiches for zucchini mozzarella and sun-dried tomato panini. Yummy. And sweet potato wedges. I've got those in the air fryer already. I had extra sweet potatoes, so I put those in there. This is basically chop up veggies. We're gonna cook it. It's gonna be easy. Let me throw it together real quick. Okay, kids came up and got their breakfast, did everything. This is really good. So this is more with, I've never cooked this with Italian seasonings. I always did my sweet potatoes just salt, sometimes pepper, sometimes sugar. This was Italian seasoning. This is really good too. So I had more than what they had. So put in my air fryer. Very good. These, like I've seen the panini machines. When we were first married, we got a sandwich maker. I don't even know. It was the best thing that we use this forever. You put your piece of bread in it and then it would smash it down and kind of cut it like at a triangle. We made so many sandwiches in there. I remember that thing. That was a long time ago. Never got one because obviously I had kids and too many. But I think of the panini makers, basically a smashed down thing, right? Same thing. I wonder if they have the sandwich makers. They probably do. Instead of doing the stove, I did it over there, just push it down. This looks good. I know it's gonna be delicious. Let me try a bite. That is so good. You know what? I just started using, don't mind food in my face, sun-dried tomatoes. I bought some and used them in a recipe, the Tuscan chicken. I wonder if I can do those in my dehydrator, like get fresh tomatoes in summertime when they're really good and dehydrate them. Put that on my list for next year. This is a note to myself when I'm at my video editing, write down sun-dried tomatoes. That's good. All right, this is the winter. I used to go to our mall, I can pour here on, and would go to the sandwich. This one I had like, 2 kids, maybe 3, probably just 2. And I would go get, they had like a sandwich place, and I remember getting a vegetarian panini basically, and this tastes just like that. It's so good. Oh, this is like my day for good food. And those are winter dinners. I love them. Good taste. So remember, go to HelloFresh.com, type in Amy Maryon 14, get 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. I'm gonna get a drink. Okay, this we picked up at the Dollar General. Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry. I'm not a soda person. Like I'll drink it, but it's not like, oh, I have to have a soda. I usually just like flavored water. Don't usually like the tangy ones, like the apple, like the ones I bought at the grocery store. Those are okay. This is really good because I do like cranberry juice a lot, so this was a really good flavor. If you see this year, pick this up. I'm gonna get a drink of this because I ate all the food. That was delicious. It's like cranberry with a little bit of Sprite. Tastes like those little drinks. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, let me go on to my next dinner, which is going to be just heated up because I did all those freezer meals, so I don't really have to do a lot of meal prep, which is really good. So I'm making taco nachos tonight. We're gonna do nacho chips, cheese, meat, and beans. So I'm just gonna take it out, put it in a container, probably heat it up in the oven slowly because we'll have it tonight for dinner. Easy day for me. So these I'm just gonna put on my stove because I'm gonna bake things and then I'll just heat them up. They're heated, they're easy. The cheese, this is nacho cheese. Some of you asked, like, what does it look like when it re-thaws? Look at, can you see it up close? Like, it's the same consistency. It doesn't get like chunky or anything. So this is really good. So just put this over here. Dinner, yay. We'll heat that up in a few. So the Harvest was making Brooklyn's dinners, but those are good. I'm loving those. Those are really good. So let's go on to our next list. I'm just gonna go down my list. Do I start baking? No, keep going down. Okay, HelloFresh. Nachos, done. Macaroni salad. You gotta get a pot of water, boil some pasta, cut up veggies, easy. So I've got my water boiling over here. I'm gonna do elbow macaroni. This is Grandma Sandy's. It is cucumbers, tomatoes. I'm gonna put onion. I think she puts onion. I think you do. And then Miracle Whip, salt and pepper. Easy. This is a better recipe. I remember being a new bride trying to make this. Making out wrong. Greg's like, it's not right. It's just about rinsing the noodles, letting them get cool. Then add your Miracle Whip. Make sure you add plenty, salt and pepper, and the veggies. Delicious. This is a few people, not everybody loves in the household, but most do. So macaroni salad, Grandma Sandy style. So this is what I'm gonna do. Cut these up. Use my chopper. I don't like chopping tiny vegetables. So chop it up here. I'll just slice them thin, put them in there, and put them in the bowl. Okay, so the noodles, wait for those to boil so that I can add water. Scooping rice out. This, I'm gonna put hard-boiled eggs, and I haven't done hard-boiled eggs in my pressure cooker in a long time. It's simple and easy to be done. I'm gonna use this basket. It goes down inside. I used to think you had to use the little basket that came with it. This works fine. So I'm putting my eggs in here, water in there, and turn it on. I think it's, hopefully I remember, it's like, I think it's 5. I'll let you know in a minute what setting it is. I think it's chili beans. Chili beans and low. I think it's like 3 minutes. I'll let you know in just a second. It's been a long time. Let me add my eggs here, and then you add some water. Yeah, it's chili beans low, so it's just a 3-minute quick thing. So, all right, that's done. Wait for this to go. I think I'm gonna start on my jello. Let me get my, you're like zoomed, so sorry. Zooming. Let me go get my jello stuff out next. Okay, got a bunch of things going. The noodles cooking, eggs are going. Next thing I'm gonna do is jello salad. This is pear jello salad. You need, I'm gonna do 3 packages of strawberry jello, a big can of pear halves, and Cool Whip. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this in your blender, food processor, blend it all up. And then this will be like 2 cups of your liquid. So that takes care of 1 box. And then you're gonna boil 2 cups of hot liquid, and you're gonna mix it with all of this together in the bowl. Pour in your pear stuff, let it sit for a little bit in your refrigerator or freezer, and then you're gonna whisk in your Cool Whip. You can do this all at once. What happens is it does separate a little bit in your glass jar. If you don't have the time, mix it all together, it's okay. But if you kind of wait for that exact time, it'll get nice and fluffy throughout all of it. But if you're busy and you have kids and I can't time it right, I've done it where I put it all in at once. It just kind of separates a little bit, but that's okay. So just mix this up in the bowl. Okay, I fit this all in here. I didn't think this was going to fit in here. I didn't even film it because I'm like, I'm going to have to put it in multiple containers. All that fit in this, so this is like my watermelon container for the summer. So yay, I put a little bit extra Miracle Whip because it's going to sit for a few days in the refrigerator. That's done. I got to get my eggs out there in 10 minutes. You're only supposed to let it sit for 5. So let me get those out, rinse them with some cold water and ice, and they'll be ready. Clean my mess. And then my jello should be ready. I put it in the freezer before, so hopefully it'll kind of get a little chilled before I start. Okay, eggs. The always things with eggs is, are they going to peel nicely? The pressure cooker, usually if I get it right, it's been fine to do everything, but sometimes you get that where it's that longer like it did today. So I'm gonna be hopeful that they're gonna peel perfectly. It's usually when I need it for like Thanksgiving or like say warm shower and things like that, they have to have them perfect and they mess up. So we're gonna be hopeful. Okay, eggs, not bad. I got some that were good, some that were not. It's okay. I was just like, I didn't care. Don't even care. We'll have floppy eggs. Anyways, so what you do is with your eggs, if they're really bad, just cut, like let's say, let me show you a bad one here. Like this one, say. What I would do is chop more like the top off, about 1/4 off, and then hollow out the bottom. Use the top along with the yolk to mix it up, and then you can just have a little bit of extra fluffy, because usually you don't have exact filling. You can always use more. So if you have a really bad one, like these aren't even that bad. I mean, they're not that bad, but like, you know, like that's bad. Let's pretend this whole thing is bad. You can just chop this right up in there and add it. That'll be fine. All right, let me put this in the refrigerator, and then let me get my jello. It should be ready. Okay, so jello, it's a little bit stale, it's a little bit thicker. So now I'm gonna add my pear stuff, whisk it, put my Cool Whip in, whisk it, and then put it in my glass jar, and then cover it, put it in the refrigerator. That one's done, easy. All right, pear jello salad. Been making this since the older kids were little. They like it, it's good. Ooh, so I'm just gonna cover this, put in the refrigerator, it's finished. Now, like I said, if you mix it when it's warm, what'll happen is you'll get more darker down here and lighter up here. No big deal, kids like jello, all the same. So this is done. Put this, cover this, put in the refrigerator, move on to something else. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is cherry pie bites. Greg really likes these. No one else likes, well, not no one, because Maddie and Steven have come to like these. Basically cherry pie filling inside pie crust. So I started making them, instead of doing big giant pie, because I feel like it wastes, I started doing individual ones in a muffin tin. I did pumpkin pie here. It was really good. So I don't know if should I do that for all of it? I don't think for all of it. Because I'm going to do a chocolate pie. We'll see. Let me see how tired I am making this. Let me just roll some out, put them in here, and then we're just going to film with this. Really simple. Those are baking in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, real simple. After looking through all my pans in here, I'm like, I don't have any pie plates per se. I don't really use pie plates. Maybe I'll get some, I don't know. And then I would have just put the pie like in my taco meat container. So, and usually I do a big giant 9x13 pie, but we just don't, we're not eating that much stuff. So what I think I'm gonna do is just make individual pumpkin pies and individual chocolate pies. I can do that, right? That's what I think I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna roll all these out, put them in I have a big giant cupcake pan. Some I'll bake without because that'll be for chocolate pie, and the other ones I'll mix up some pumpkin pie and put in there. I think it's gonna work. Okay, we got mess going on everywhere, but we got the things in the oven, the cherry ones. I'm gonna make pumpkin pie with this whole pan right here. This is the Libby's original pumpkin pie recipe. All I do different, instead of adding evaporated milk, is I add almond milk, because I have some that can't do dairy, and I made it last time. Nobody even noticed that it wasn't dairy free. So I'm just gonna put this all in here. I have pumpkin that was frozen, so I'm gonna scoop that up, measure it, mix everything up, pour it in my things, and bake it. It's simple and easy, and we'll have all these delicious little bites. Okay, this was frozen pumpkin, so I'm draining it because that's a lot of extra liquid in there. I can't say I've ever drained it. I thought Lauren did. She didn't turn out. A lot of you said you do, so I'm like, okay, let me try this myself. So, just gotta get that liquid out. That's like 12. I need 15. One more of those. Okay, so that like took a whole container up there. That took up my whole container of pumpkins. That's good. I thought I wasn't gonna get much. Just gotta strain out that liquid. I'm just gonna use a whisker and whisk this up. Okay, very chunky. So I'm gonna have to let you know how this is. Like I remember Lauren did it, she said it was real chunky too, but then people said that they froze it and it was fine. I had to definitely use my immersion blender to puree that. I would do it in a blender to make it because it does clump. So interesting, but I'll let you know. We'll bake one and see how it goes. So let's fill this up. What's a whole 24-piece pumpkin pie gone down the trash if it doesn't taste good? Oh well, let me make that mistake so you don't have to yourself. Pour these in here, we'll put them in the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna make a tiny one here. Oh, that's gonna be floppy. Hold on a minute. Oh, hold on, that's really floppy. All right, set that down. I'm gonna do a little one so I can taste it, so I don't taste an entire pie here. It looks fine. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'll let you know. Let me put this in the oven. I got the cherry pies in here too. so I'm going to carefully slide mine in there on the rack in hopes that it does not spill, because I should put it on something. You know, stuff I don't have. I'm going to set it on top of the pan. It needed to go on something. All right, so I'm going to get my next one out, and I'm going to roll them out and put them in the other 24 liner. Those I'll just bake, and then I'm going to add my chocolate pudding to them. So let's just roll out some more pie crust. It's a pie crust kind of day. Okay, I've cleaned everything up that I need to clean up. Now I'm going to do the pie crust. I feel like I've been here forever. It's only a little bit before noon. I know I did get here, but what, 8:30, 9 o'clock? Oh, hold on, timer. 45 minutes on the cherry pies, not a half hour. Sorry, I'll fix that in my description. So let me roll these out, put them in here, because it's going to be the chocolate pie. Okay, so my cherry pies came out of the oven. Those are done. They're bubbling. Let me show you. Well, they're not bubbling now, but they still have a look at those. Delicious. Look at that. Those will be good. I'll let those cool. And then I have the pumpkin in there. They're probably about let's say half hour. Everything's a half hour. Every half hour and 350. I'll let you know what the time is for that. And then I'm going to mix up, I'm going to do tapioca pudding. I'm going to do it in the microwave because I do not like anybody else be tortured as a child, have to stir it on the stove. Sorry, Mom. That was my job as a kid, was stirring the tapioca pudding and the custard pudding on the stove. And they're just like, don't let it burn. Don't let it burn. It always burns. It always burns. Anyway, so I'm going to do this in the microwave. So actually just microwave it. So put in there with 2 cups cold water, hide for 3 minutes, stir in 2 minutes longer. I feel like that's going to be just fine. So I'm going to do that one. Just do one little batch because I just like this. I think Steven likes tapioca too, but it's not like anybody really loves it. So I'm going to do it with almond milk because I have a lot of unsweetened almond milk and I will drink that or eat that better than cow milk. So let me mix this up in here and put it in the microwave. All right, so that went real fast there. I noticed about tapioca pudding, it's not as tapioca as it used to be. Remember I used to have a lot of the bumps in it. It's more the liquid part. I feel like I could add some of my tapioca to it. Can you do that? Can you cook the tapioca separately and add it? There's the thought. Let me look and see if I got quick or what I have. Okay, so I'm gonna do an experiment here. You probably could have added it right, ooh, that's glass, right to my pudding, but I just don't know. So I'm gonna try cooking these. I'm finding tons of recipes online, but mine look tiny and don't look huge, so I don't think it's gonna take that long. I'm gonna boil some water. I'm gonna pour this in there, let it boil for a few minutes, try it, see if it gets soft, and then I'll just add it to my pudding. We're gonna try that today. So let me pour these in my little containers. Pumpkin pie is almost done. We're gonna be experimenting today. Let me finish this up. Okay, so these are very tiny, not even, you can barely see the tapioca. So I'm gonna cook it, I'm gonna boil water, add it, see if we can do anything. And then our pumpkin should be done, and then we'll be able to put our next ones in the oven. Okay, so just wanted to, it's funny. Okay, that was the reality of getting those pies out of that pan. If you want perfect ones, I wasn't too concerned with perfect. You make sure that that is lined really well with the pie crust. I didn't really care. It was okay for a little bit. I'll pick it out. They're going to eat it. But if you want to worry about for guests, that's what you would do. So now what I'm going to do is my tapioca. is all bubbled up, but I was like, what am I gonna strain it with? I don't have a fine filter, but I do have this. So I'm using my coffee thing. I'm gonna pour it in my coffee thing here. Let it strain out, and then I'll pour it in there. I feel like it's gonna work. We'll see. There has to be an easier way. Like a bigger strainer, but also like not so much liquid. Okay, there's so much goo in here. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna ruin this, but I'm gonna take two of my, I need a spoon. I'm gonna split, it already got hard, so I'm gonna split half of this one, and then I'm gonna add, cause it's kind of goo. Is that gonna be just gross? I don't know. Did I just ruin my pudding? Probably. Maybe not though, we'll see. Well no, see that it has like tapioca, look at it. That's what I'm talking about. I want some tapioca pudding. All right, let me try that. So much better. No one's gonna eat this but me, so I'll double dip. All right, that's what I'm going for. So then when you're done, some nutmeg on top. Oh, so good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is do this, 4 times over because I'm gonna do 3 jars. Is that what I'm gonna do? I'll do 3 little jars. That's all I have. I'll do 4 total. This is just gonna be for me. So I'm gonna pour more in here, let it drain out, and then keep doing the process. Okay, I feel like that was a lot of work for just to have more tapioca. I didn't really strain it that much because there was a lot of liquid to make it gooier. I don't know, I feel like the flavor tastes fine, so we'll find out here. Just stir it really good. I'll see if it thickens up anymore, but the flavor is good. So I'm gonna be hopeful, put this on. I'm gonna put the little lids on it, and then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. I'll let you know. Come back tomorrow the next day and I'll tell you how it is. Okay, so that one, I only added 2 cups instead of 3, and it got real thick, so that's gonna be tiny. But these are dairy-free for Jane wants those or whatever. The rest I'm gonna mix up with regular cow milk, and then I don't know if I should just pour it on there. I feel like I should pour it on there. It's gonna pour over it because they're not perfect little cups. I could do, what should I do? Should I put these in little muffin liners? Because I feel like this is just gonna flop out. Let me go get my silicone liners, put those in it, and then I'll pour the chocolate on because I feel like it's just gonna pour out anyways. It's just gonna be a mess. Let me go do that. All right, change of plans. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna pour a tiny little bit in there and I'll just do it to the top. That's it, and the rest I'll put in little glass jars for whoever wants to eat. Easy enough. I'm gonna add the right milk in this one. It's 3 cups. I'll probably add 5 because total will be 6. Okay, so I have 4 glass. I'm moving away so you don't see this. This is what it really looks like. All that, but we're just gonna slide you over this way so it looks all pretty, like everything's cleaned up. It's not, it's gonna be there. But there's a few dishes, I'll do these. I had 3 regular puddings left over, and then I marked these with a marker. Could get a sticker, I just got a marker because that is the almond milk for whoever wants that. So I ended up doing 60 of these pies, thus the thumbnail. I know, I was thinking, when you YouTube, you gotta think about doing thumbnails. Thumbnails are something I despise doing. Despise, because I never remember to take a picture. Never remember, like once in a while I'm like, oh, thumbnail. Like I always forget. So since I'm doing this every single day, usually when I'm editing my video, I just like take a screenshot of whatever I can, get in the video. So I always forget. And so then I'm like, so as I was doing this, I'm like, what could be the title of my video? So making 60 pies. It is 60. It's just 60 mini pies. Sorry, don't feel like you got conned. It was just a way to make a thumbnail. Interesting. How's that sound? So these are done. that works. And then I will put, and it tastes good. I did have a bite. This came out of the oven. It tasted fine. So you just have to whip that up. So don't just put it in because it is chunky. I don't know how it would do for baking, because like muffins, I guess it'd be fine. But for pie, I guess I did just bake in the pie, right? You know, like where it's mixed in with flour and stuff, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal. But with that immersion blender, it was fine. So I've got the meals, the soup, and the panini bread. That was good. Dinner's right here. All we're gonna do is heat that up in a little bit for dinner tonight. And macaroni salad is ready. The eggs will be ready. We'll do those tomorrow. The jello is done. I got my cherry pie, my pumpkin pie, my chocolate pie, and more chocolate pudding and tapioca with extra tapioca. I did things backwards today, but that's okay. You're just gonna do that. So now I'm finished with the excess, the work that would take me for hours in the kitchen on Thanksgiving. So I don't wanna have to do that. So now I can be done. Everything can sit in the refrigerator for a few days, 2 days, yeah, tomorrow, and then the next day. And then we will have a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. So you make sure you come back on Thursday. Tomorrow's gonna be a chill day. Come back on Thursday for a Thanksgiving, all the wonderful food that we make day. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic, I'm saying fantastic rest of your day. You know why? Because you were designed and created for greatness. Do you know that? Do you know that God did not like mistakenly make you? You are not made by a mistake. You are not made just to have an awful life. You are not made just to have like nothing great in your life. God has made you specifically for a time and a purpose and a season, just as this. Do you know that? He does. All right, have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see ya. Bye.